Alright, I'm going to be using this crappy camera real fast because, as you can see, my Canyon is right here, unplugged. I've been filming with it. But anyway, really fast, we're going to do a little recap of UFC 101 because people have been clamoring about it, and I got to shut them up. I thought what happened with Anderson Silva and Forrest Griffin is exactly what happened, and it happened, and Anderson's a great fighter. I really hope he changes his mind and is willing, if he gets to the point, to fight Machida, because I'd really like to see that fight. But as it stands, he is very anti that fight because they're so close. Forrest Griffin, running away and before the winner was announced and whatever. People are really at an uproar with this, but this is typical Forrest Griffin. He's an emotional loser. He's an emotional winner too, but he's always been like this. He bawled all over the place after his loss to Jardine. If you don't remember that, that's just how he is. So, I mean, I don't hate him for it. I understand why he did it. He needs to do some growing up in that area, but I'm still a fan, and I'm still rooting for him, to make a comeback. But yeah, Anderson won. Yeah, I got that pick right. And also BJ won, which I expected. It just, Florian was out there, and you can see he's just not quite at the same level as BJ. It's just a level difference. And he can still keep on growing in the sport. Although I think it's funny, I forgot about it, but Florian is 3 years older than BJ. It's one of those things that slips your mind. Also, after the fight, I forgot what fight it was. I forgot who he faced, but they let the Barn Cat go, so he's gone, which kind of sucks because I think the UFC as a whole should absorb as many fighters as it can. Like I say, if they want to become the major league of MMA, they need more fighters, and I like the Barn Cat. He's a good guy. Also, I read in the news that Dennis Hallman is back with the UFC. If you don't remember Dennis Hallman, he has 2 wins over Matt Hughes, and a lot of people are speculating that they'll let Matt Hughes have his retirement match against Dennis Hallman to get some revenge on him. But yeah, Dennis Hallman's always been a thorn in Matt Hughes' side, and it's neat to see him back though. I like when they bring blasts from the past back. Neat stuff. Also, at the conference of UFC 101. Also, I want to get into that Johnny Hendricks versus Amir Sandala fight. People are really, didn't like the call and stuff. And the problem with is you're not going to see a rematch because it's not high class enough, of a fight. Like Tito Ortiz versus Ken Shamrock, that second fight that got called early by a lot of fans. We got to see that rematch because Dana felt like he ripped off the people. But this is on the, was it on the main? It made the main card, but it wasn't a main event or anything. And really, Amir lost. I mean, he was losing that fight. I would like to see what would happen if they allowed the extra time, but it's almost like a moot point at this time. But yeah, I wish it went longer. Like a lot of people, but see, that's me as a viewer. I'm willing to endanger others' lives to make sure the outcome was correct. So I don't know, but I do know Amir is a guy who makes comebacks. If you watch that, what do you call him? Oh, what's that guy I hate? CJ. Alright, I forgot his name. What a shame. But he just pulled out that armbar after you being on his back most of the round. Alright, I also wanted to hit up on at the conference, Dana talked about how Tito Ortiz will probably be facing Coleman, which is an interesting choice. And at first I was thinking about why they were bringing Ortiz back or whatever. But I mean, if you look at what he did before he left, he had, he beat Forrest Griffin, who's a former champ. He drawled with Rashad, who is a former champ. And also, a lot of people argue he won that if it wasn't for that point taken away for, was it cage grabbing? I think it was. And then he had the best performance of anyone against Machida. So you take those 3 fights into examination, and if he's still able to, have that same success in the octagon, he's a good middleman there. And I don't know if he could, run for the title. We'll see how well he looks after that, all those back problems he had. But yeah, I thought that was a point of interest that I would hit up on. But yeah, that's it. My UFC 101 thoughts. It was okay card. Everyone was saying, and I agree with it. The main event saved it, because other than that, it was kind of lackluster. The 2 main events, But yeah, I'll talk to you later. Now, everyone who has any opinions on it, I think a lot of it is people want to have their own little forum down below in the comment section to talk about the events that happen, and sometimes when I don't do those, they miss out. So, talk away.